Oh my god, look what they let you do. No!
folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got... First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Well, 58's the mic. Here we go, G. 58, boys.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch safety creeping. Alert. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go.
Now it's Watson.
Here we go. Check 52.
Eluding the pressure right. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
What's that? 19, 31. Here I come. Showing eight.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Watson dancing to his left. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. 54. 54 is down. He's coming. Off. Watch the 54. Joker, 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 Joker. 59. Check.
On first down, Watson. And this one is incomplete.
Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
I'm going back to you. Check nickel. 54.
To the air yet again, Watson.
Danny.
He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal.
Check 24. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
A short kick taken at the 18. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
And I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
So this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And the catch made by Johnson.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
Let's get it.
Hands up! 318!
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
I'm trying to collect!
Check 3. Check 3.
368!
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All day. All day.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ready, ready! 60 Bison, 60 Bison! Get him to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
43's Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Let's put that team on the bus. 43. 43. Check, check. 43. Focus, defense, focus.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a first down.
Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And the Bills have taken the early lead. That one of the many games we'll be watching around the NFL here these final few weeks of the campaign. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
I'm here all day.
Aye, aye, aye.
43.
4th down. Dalton wants to throw. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Get ready.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
Hands up!
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Can.
It's a safety creep.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. And his throw here's incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have they just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
That felt like a trap.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
43. Ricky. Mike's 43. Mike's 43. Hey, let's get that ball.
Nice.
They run it again with Kamara.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw here, Dalton.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Pride.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
York now for the extra point.
And it's 21-3.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Dalton. They'll get this out to Kamara. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Drive about to get started. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Oh, yeah.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Play action now, Dalton. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
He's got a man, complete, past the 20.
They are not
Touchdown!
ready for us.
Anthony Schwartz. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Browns extend their lead yet again. Deshaun Watson, he's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but when he's forced out of the pocket like that, he can make those big plays downfield.
Almost a bad thing when you're pass rushing and you force a Deshaun Watson out of the pocket. He creates extra time. He has the poise to keep his eyes downfield and locate receivers, and it turns into a little bit of a scramble drill for the defensive backs. Where is everyone? And Deshaun Watson finds his target for a big, big play.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Dalton off play action. Out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Dalton now to pass. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good, and the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Myles Garrett, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Bound to lose one. Tight end right. Tight end.
Go 368.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And Dalton to throw. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints first down.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Here you go. We're good. We're good.
Bring it. Bring it.
1st and 10. It's Edwards-Helaire with it to about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
Kamara will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Edwards-Helaire is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different?
True.
You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
47.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, let's get off the field.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. In motion comes the tight end left. On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Mike's 47.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taysom Hill, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender?
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Browns add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey. 47, Mike. 47.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 4. Dalton sets up play action. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And it'll be Dalton again. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Dalton. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. Flush to his right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. To throw again on second down. Watson got an open man at Schwartz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On first down, it's Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Kill. 26.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Go. 31. Out. 54 is down. He's coming. Trick three.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
54. Penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Wide. Get wide. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Don't let him breathe. 55.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Watson looks to throw again. Being chased out left. And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Hunt will try going up the middle. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
And the Saints hands team able to reign. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh? And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. 39 yards there, a big one. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
All day, baby.
Throwing, Dalton. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. 132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Man out, man out, man out, man out. Hey, 58 is the mic. Going 58 is the mic.
Oh, get him, get him, get him.
On third down, here's Hunt. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up. Check 3, check 3, check 3. 64 and 31.
Switch, switch. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Throwing now, Watson. Buying time to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Check 49, check 49.
Hey, 59. Hey, 55. 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Kill, kill, kill. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Back to throw, Watson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
This is it. 58. 54. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Check.
On 4th down, Watson.
55.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because You look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Browns, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13.